Dude, I remember being in Iraq. We were talking about what do you miss back in the world, that kind of thing. And everyone's talking about their family. And of course, I love my family and everything, but I said the dirt. I actually don't think you guys understand the difference between morals and laws at all. If a deer is stuck in a fence, if you shoot it without permission, you're breaking the law. But if you leave this thing whose leg is completely ripped up and is gonna die anyway to suffer, then you've cut against your morality. So there's just a real easy delineation between the two things. And I was saying, you guys are trying to argue that ethics are foisted on us by laws, and I think the exact opposite is true.
This proposal says it would force the sale of up to 1.2 million acres of public lands across 11 Western states. So it's mandatory. We have to sell this land. That's how this is written.
Fearmongers are 444. Let's put Fear 444 up on screen here. So that's what they are fear-mongering about, but it's really 443. Put 443 up on screen.
And I got myself propped up on my right elbow and was looking, and I thought, holy shit, I got blown in half. My left humerus had been broken, but my left hand worked, so I was like rubbing this organ through my fingers trying to see if I could feel it.
An update, Utah Senator Mike Lee's push to sell public lands is getting even more pushback in Washington.
Why are we just putting new sections of it all over the map when we could just fix what we already have? I mean, you see these dilapidated buildings all over the place. Redevelop that.
When somebody asks me how did we end up with public land, my answer is conquest. The people of the United States who just fought this war to free themselves of a king own this land.
What I understand is they want to build affordable housing.
Well,
are they coming after you?
In some ways, I don't know. I was told that they hired a firm to dig into me, dig dirt up on me or whatever.
Who's they?
There's a whole shitload of money going into refugee resettlement in the West. You can look at these grants yourself.
Theodore Roosevelt preserved our land for the American people to hunt it, enjoy it, hike it, camp it. He did that because of this exact reason, right?
Whether the public land is in Montana, Utah, or Maine, it belongs to all Americans.
If you're any good at digging into somebody, you probably don't call them and tell them you're doing it.
Everything seems to be very vague on this. We must be over the target here because a lot of people are telling me, don't do this interview.
Well, I've been arguing with this guy about this issue.
This guy's in Senator Lee?
Senator Lee, yeah, since at least 20-something.
I mean, you've been in his office.
Yeah. Man, I grew up, we were a poor family. The thing that we got to enjoy the most as a family was public ground.
A son of southern Utah raised roping cattle, hunting elk, and fishing with your grandfather, with public lands as the backbone of your life. A combat veteran who survived a suicide bomber in Iraq, rebuilt your life at Walter Reed, and now you fight to keep America's public lands from being sold off. You know, the funny thing is you're getting attacked. I see you've been called a communist.
Nearly 3 million acres of BLM and U.S. Forest Service land is one of many provisions subject to a 60-vote threshold if it were to be included in the big, beautiful bill.
I would really like to drive home again the point that this is the only place on Earth that's like this.
After receiving criticism from both sides of the aisle, Senator Lee has offered revisions to a controversial proposal to sell millions of acres of public land.
Greater Yellowstone ecosystem is about the size of Ohio, and that part he's absolutely trying to sell.
But Senator Lee isn't done trying to sell off public land. He's working on a revision that would limit BLM land sales to property within 5 miles of a population center.
My concern is this is our land. It's my land, your land, this is Americans' land, like Theodore Roosevelt wanted us to.
We went to the moon while all of this existed, so I don't think it's necessarily holding us back in some serious way.
Did we go to the moon?
Well, right, I don't, there's that.